DA Fani Willis, well, a lot of threats, obviously. She has to wear a bulletproof vest. We've now learned that. Sometimes she has a body double. We've now learned that as well. Put up the picture for a mask. I think sometimes when we talk about this major prosecution of very powerful individuals, we don't always consider the kind of lifestyle changes required. So according to authors of a newly released book, the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, had to leave a courthouse in disguise last August due to disturbing death threats posted on the dark web after she announced the racketeering indictment against Donald Trump. In Find Me the Votes, authors Michael Isikoff and Daniel Klaidman detail what they discovered during their 2-year deep dive investigation into the conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election and Willis's subsequent efforts to bring Trump and his co-conspirators to justice for allegedly attempting to tamper with the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia. So as Willis was building her case for the criminal indictment, she and her family members faced numerous heinous death threats. Reports showed she was receiving death threats related to the election indictment even before she dropped it, and also in connection to another high-profile case against rapper Young Thug. The authors revealed how Willis responded to one threat that her security staff found particularly unsettling in the days before she announced the charges. Quote, in the days before the indictment, these threats are intensifying against her, and her security staff noticed an assassination threat on a deep, dark web MAGA site. Klaidman told MSNBC, the best time, quote, the best time to shoot her is when she leaves the building. So they set up an elaborate operation that involves a body double, end quote. Right after announcing the indictment, Willis went into a back room and changed into plain clothes before discreetly exiting the courthouse. She also employed a body double to use the main exit where members of the media and public were waiting. Not only did the security personnel take on Willis's likeness, but she also wore a body armor for protection. Willis is still facing attacks and threats inside and outside the courtroom from Trump's legal team and his camp of loyalists. Right now, she's dealing with the fallout of some allegations recently surfaced claiming that she was involved in an improper relationship with a special prosecutor assigned to the election interference case. That allegation has basically been settled because the divorce record is unsealed and there's no there in the divorce record. However, her comments about it while it was being adjudicated or had not been adjudicated are subject to a second motion that they filed. Okay, Ben, who in the hell gets the job of being a body double?
That is my question. That is my question. It's horrible that she has to go through these death threats and this fear she's living under.
Yeah.
So you understand why she changed into sweatpants and regular clothes and exited from the back. That could have been the whole plan. You didn't need part two, which is who on my staff is interested in dressing as me and going out the front? Why not just leave out the back? You don't need part two of this plan.
Yeah.
Who on my staff's interested in perhaps getting shot out the front exit wearing my clothes and pearls? It just really didn't make a lot of sense. You could have just escaped. So maybe not the world's best strategy, but you don't think clearly when you're under death threats, I suppose.
Yeah, and she has obviously a lot of death threats coming in hot and heavy. She has to travel with the security personnel. And, to be fair, the person who's the body double is part of security. All right. So just to be fair.